In order to further facilitate contemplation of the geochronological flow of civilization, the same map is provided with a color coding that corresponds to the chromatic scale as read from bottom to top. The chromatic hues correspond to the psychocultural vibrational tones of each of the phases of the historical process. This gives us the following key. Aboriginal phase. Red-orange. Red signifies the most primary life urge, bodily warmth and fire, the aboriginal basis of all human culture. Red is blood, the emergence of culture and life energy. It is completely aboriginal, passionate, nomadic. Aboriginal phase, orange, represents the stabilization of Aboriginal lifestyle, the tempering of fire. Though it still signifies warmth, it is less passionate and more conservative than red. As the sedentary Aboriginal phase, orange is generative and represents stable, prototypal culture from which civilization proper could spring. It is also historically concurrent, running alongside civilization growth. Hieratic phase, yellow-green. Yellow represents the brilliant, luminous, solar-oriented, harmonious initial phase of pristine hieratic civilization. It is the triumph of light, the bursting forth of number, measure, agricultural stability, divine balance, astronomy, and geomantic presence, artistic regularity, and scientific order. Hieratic phase, green, signifies the ripe, fecund, expansive phase of lateral or imperial hieratic civilization, while it represents a deepening and mature phase of the hieratic. There is also to it a certain recklessness, speed, and overconfidence. Medieval phase, blue. This is true blue, the color of the pure cloudless sky on an October day. It is celestial, spiritually ripened, insightful, mystical, synthesizing. It perfectly symbolizes the renew and reinvigorating spiritual life idealism of the medieval era. Modern, indigo. This highly refined vibration is deeply intellectual, powerfully vast in scope, yet it has the least luminous and darkest of all the colors. It represents the pure intellectually of materialistic science and the industrial age. As the first genuinely global phase of civilization, it also symbolizes the fulfillment of the process of planetary harmonization. Post-historic phase, violet, purple. Violet is even more refined than indigo, and while the latter is intellectual, violet represents a more intensely psychic and spiritual vibration. Its luminosity is a necessary antidote to the dark depths of indigo, containing an element of red in it as well. Violet points to a phase of regeneration and synthesis, hence it denotes the advent of radiosonic synthesis. Post-historic phase, purple, containing more or less equal mixtures of primal red and intellectual blue, represents the phase of genuine planetarization of consciousness, a quality of heightened intuitive perception and insight into the laws of nature and the place of the planet in the galactic community, truly holonomic. Beyond the purple sky of the holonomic post-historic future stretches the planetary rainbow, a celestial guardian being, while representing the cave and the sacred site guarding rainbow serpent and dragon of aboriginal and early hieratic civilization. The rainbow guardian has always been with us, like the cybank that symbolizes its chromatic pattern that has always beckoned us to fulfill our potential. As the symbol of realization, bliss, and completion, it represents the, quote, end condition, end of quote, of humanity, totally attuned and operative with the spectrum of environmental energies. Such an expression suggests a complete synthesia, a condition of complete planetary synthesis, almost unthinkable today. Yet it is a condition to which the logic of the holonomic equation inescapably points.